XLM holders got caught in the crossfire with the SEC going after Coinbase and BNB. But I want to share with you some stats on how XLM fared against the rest of the market. And I think it's safe to say that XLM will not move on the news of Stellar Development Foundation, yet it's being tugged by macros and other big events happening in the crypto industry. Caught in the crosshairs. Puppy crosshairs. Let's start it off with the heat map and then we'll talk some pricing. XLM sitting at 8.2 up 0.3 in the last 24. One of the biggest losers, BNB, by the way. Over 300 and now well under 300. 230 right now. Horrible stuff. ETH 1740, Bitcoin 25,848. Some buying opportunities are definitely in the market. Now, what happened with Binance, all right? I wanted to share this with you and then we're going to talk about XLM specific price action, okay? What happened is we had Binance get in trouble with the SEC. Well, we know about that. But look at the amount of change in market depth. Down 78.8% on the top 20 crypto assets and the top 5 stablecoins that were traded with Binance US. So people are pulling liquidity out of the market. So if there's liquidity issues, and some of our favorite projects out there have some liquidity issues, right? They're not the most liquid. There's not the most cashola floating around in that pool. They're going to be even more susceptible to pain. So think about that. You've got people moving money out. So it's not only the damage from the SEC, but the next fallout phase from people going, yo, I'm just taking my money. I can't do this anymore. Let's talk about market cap, everyone. Yep, market cap. We've seen the market shrink with this last move on the way down. Some cryptos out there are outperforming and bucking the trend, XRP being one of them. But let's talk about everything that's happened price-wise since this crash, right? Since the SEC enforcement action. XLM is in red, BNB is blue, Bitcoin is purple, Matic is in pink, XRP is gold, and ETH is in yellow. And here's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that the likes of Bitcoin and XRP have both performed much stronger. You can see it here, move on the screen. I'll bring it down just a little bit for y'all to see it. Whoa, don't translate. I don't know what that was. Stop. How about that? Stop. Okay, there we go. So whatever that was saying we're going to leave it in here. But we've got Bitcoin and XRP heavily outperforming. Now, yes, did they take a hit? Of course. XRP's bucking the trend, though. They're back up to that 51.8 right now. Bitcoin taking a little bit of heat, right? They're not at that 27,000 mark, but they're faring better percentage-wise than a lot of the others. Now, XLM, I said, is in red. And you can see that below that is Matic and BNB. Two of the ones which were specifically targeted with SEC action. I did a video about 67 cryptos, that the SEC is going after. I'll have that linked at the end of this one in case you missed it. So that's how the market fared overall. But you can see that XLM is definitely, kind of on the lower end of it. So they took an even bigger hit than the majority of the market to the downside with this action. So it's not directly related to XLM, but unfortunately XLM and all the other cryptos are caught in the crosshairs. It's the exception of XRP and Bitcoin, though, really holding their own quite well. In fact, ETH is down 4.9% in that time period, where XLM is down 5.7%. Now, if we look at the price action here of XLM, you could see that's clear as day when it happened. All right. The thing is, we were rolling, sitting pretty good here, approaching that 9-cent mark, sitting at 8.8. And then when the announcements were made, that's it, sent it down, took us all the way down below 8 cents. Now, yes, we are above that 8-cent mark, a little bit comfortable with that 8.2 right now. But again, now XLM has to claw its way all the way back. And what bugs a lot of people out there has to do with time. And it's this right here. How much time are investors going to keep waiting for something to happen with XLM? This is the 1 month. Now let's zoom it out to the 3 month, and you can see, we're so far below the action. 10 cents now seems so far away, especially what's happened. We zoom out even further, and hey, buddy, we zoom out even further, and we start talking FTX time, and yeah, that's what we're looking at. Here's the FTX crash. We're below that mark still. So XLM still hasn't made its way back from November, where a lot of the other alts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, have clawed its way back since November FTX crash price. But now we've got this latest action with Binance, the SEC, and Coinbase, And XLM is taking even more of a hit. So every time one of these negative actions happen, XLM seems to take more of the pain train than the rest of the crypto market, unless they're specifically mentioned cryptos. And the liquidity issues will come into play because as XLM takes more of a beating compared to its peers, liquidity will become a bigger and bigger issue. That's why I wanted to share with you that chart on the liquidity, right? The lack of depth when it comes to trading right now, especially on Binance US. So think, this is happening across exchanges all over the globe. Look at that doggy security force there. So we're gonna have to pay close attention here, but it really appears that XLM is just taking way more hits than the rest of the market. Liquidity is definitely an issue. Now, I mentioned earlier, I did a video. There were 67 cryptos being targeted by the SEC. That is this video right here. This guy, his name is Luke. We rescued him just a few days ago, him and his brother, so we could give him a good home. He will be hanging out with us a lot in the studio because I got to separate him because him and his brother are pains in the butts. I'll catch y'all later.